Hello, let's go through another Bella Donna Patch. This one is called Bravelands. I picked this one out because it's also got a weird patch that does nothing and makes no sense. So I'm going to do that patch, and then we'll talk about maybe some other things we can try with it to make the patch do fun stuff. So we are going to match the knobs first. I've got my sequencer set to order. We'll use the sequence today just to kind of have something running so we can experiment while we go. Rate is about 11 o'clock. Cutoff is about 11. These are down. Waveform is a sawtooth. Oscillator 1 is 8 feet. Oscillator 2 is 4 feet. Oscillator 1 is a sawtooth. Oscillator 2 is a triangle. And then we're going to go, about 2 o'clock or so on oscillator 1 and about 5 o'clock or so on oscillator 2. Attenuator is up to about 2:30 or so. This is about 10. The filter. We have the envelope all the way up, resonance all the way down. Fast attack-ish. Kind of a maybe 7, 8 o'clock on the decay. About 1 on the release. Sustain is down. And then we'll add some reverb here to taste. Turn it up. Okay. And we're in keyboard release mode. So this is more like an attack decay type of setting here. Okay. So gate out is patched to sync in. So what that means is when I push a keyboard, push something on the... boy, I can't talk this morning. When I push a key on the keyboard, it syncs the rate. So the modulation oscillator is going to sort of follow the speed of the sequencer or arpeggiator. We're going to take the wave out to our attenuator, and then here's the weird part. We're going to take output of the attenuator to an output of the filter, which does nothing because we've got two outputs linked together. I've experimented a whole bunch thinking like maybe I've lost my mind, maybe there's something I don't know. This patch does nothing. If I put it in, pull it out, you hear nothing. No change. So we're going to experiment in a minute about what that does and what we can think about doing with it. So I'm going to run my sequence. Okay, so we got that sound. It's pretty simple. It's just two voices. So there's our upper octave and our lower. And together, you get that really nice sound. Okay, let's try turning up modulation and see what happens. So we've got kind of an interesting rhythmic thing going on because our waveform is a sawtooth. So we're syncing the rate, but then the sawtooth kind of kicks in and does its own rhythm. And the release is actually controlling, how much of the rhythm you're hearing. All right, so some experiments. If we put this in, you'll hear no change. Personally, I prefer to run this patch in envelope mode. So we're getting the full ADSR envelope. Okay, so now what I can do with this is other stuff. Let's take the attenuator output, and we're going to put it into cutoff in and see what happens. Alright, so start with the attenuator down. I'll add it in. You'll hear we get more frequency modulation. modulation. Okay, so, as we're syncing the wave, it's going faster. And it's sort of distorting the cutoff filter here because it's like, going at audio rate. Other fun stuff. Let's try frequency modulation of the oscillators. Okay, let's try the other oscillator. This is the lower pitch. Oh, not pitch in. Yeah, well, let's try that. Actually, we're going to take this and we're going to apply it to pitch instead of the FM. That might be interesting. Or it might be a laser beam. That's a little more fun. So the other thing you can do is you can play around with the rate here, because it's still going to sync. It's going to start the waveform, when you push a key, but you can kind of control how they interact here. And you can hear we're getting like really cool rhythmic variations now if we're careful. Still not working. Person can dream, right? Alright, so now we're fully doing frequency modulation to the filter. I mean, that's pretty fun, right? So I hope this gives you some ideas to try out. It's like sky's the limit here once you start playing with the modulation rate against the sync and, find different places to put this patch chord. That's really all it is. So happy experimenting.